everyone. So today we are here to introduce powerful entrepreneur who is diversified in different skills in Bahrain, that is marketing, wellness as well as beauty. So we have Anita Menon here, who is well known in the Kingdom of Bahrain, and we are very happy to have you.
Thank you so much, Manpreet, for having me. I'm very honored to be your guest.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure and it's an honor for us as well. So when we say empowered women, do you believe in that?
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely something that I personally believe in.
All right.
Let me take you back to something 10 years before.
All right.
When I started my digital marketing company. And I had made a mandate that as far as I can manage, I will hire only women for all the positions in the company. So I managed to do that for quite many years, and then when we had to scale up, I had to also have a lot of male colleagues also join us eventually.
Okay.
But we were a good group of ladies who used to do marketing for various clients across industries in Bahrain. So that was quite an experience.
Wow. I always wanted to ask you, when we have an industry which is more of male dominant, so how does it come across? You wanted females to come across that?
I genuinely think that if women put their mind to anything, they can pretty much do anything better than most men. But this isn't a challenge per se, but it's just that it goes to any human being. If they put their mind to anything, it's just gonna go and become big, and more. There'll be a lot of progress in it. So it's just about how much focus you give to something, right? But male dominated, yes. But I genuinely feel that since I'm in Bahrain, I've never been judged as an entrepreneur just because I'm a woman.
Oh wow, that's
I
amazing.
haven't had that experience in the last 10 years that I've been an entrepreneur. People over here don't have that bias, is what my experience tells
We
me.
love her.
Yes, exactly. I've never had that experience where I wasn't given work just because I was a woman. I was given work or not given work based on my merit.
Correct.
Right? So, or what I bring to the table. So I don't think that that has an impact here, at least in Bahrain. It's
really
not there,
commendable.
thankfully.
Yeah. So what inspired you to start off first of all?
Okay, so I would like to make a confession that I am an accidental entrepreneur.
Oh wow.
Yes. I studied to be an engineer, and I also did my master's in supply chain management.
Okay.
So I'm a very industry-oriented professional. I spent a lot of years doing consulting in the areas of supply chain.
Okay.
So warehouse, inventory, purchase, those are my fields where my career has grown. And but I was also very interested in being creative.
You are.
I enjoy writing, so I embarked on content writing to begin with through my blog.
Yes.
And I started.
Can you tell us about that as well?
Yes, so I started my blog in 2009 when I became a mom.
Okay.
And I started chronicling my mom adventures, new mom adventures on the blog. Within the next 5 years or so, as I consistently blogged, the blog grew really fast, because in those days
It was new, I guess.
yes, and
new
and the blogs were getting a lot of attention.
wow.
So it was a good combination of being a mom and also being a food blogger.
Okay.
Soon I caught the eye of a lot of PR companies here, and they felt like I could go to their food and beverage clients and do content for them. So they started hiring me as a blogger to represent a lot of brands and do content for them.
Very nice.
So that is how I understood the art of marketing, the blog itself, and all of that. So blog became my brand.
Wow.
Right?
So it was accidental, as you mentioned.
Yes, absolutely. And at that point in time, I was also in consulting. And consulting is a very, very tedious and a strenuous profession to be in, where you're giving nearly 14-15 hours of your day. You practically never see your family, and especially if you're traveling, you definitely don't see your family for a long time. So it was taking a lot of toll on my family life. So I wanted to take a back seat and see if I can do something like being a freelancer at home.
All right.
And I quit my job. And and I thought that if I just make enough and equivalent to the salary that I'm getting right now,
What else you need?
I am good.
Perfect, yeah.
So, but it happened at a very opportune time. It was 2014, and social media platforms were just picking up.
Yeah.
And content writing was picking up. And Facebook was ruling the roost back
Correct,
then.
that time, yes.
Yeah, and Instagram was in its very nascent stage.
It was very niche.
So I came into this industry during that time, and there was a gap in the market. So in Bahrain, either they were advertising companies or they were website development companies.
Okay.
There was no social media company
Yeah, never heard of it earlier.
back then, right? So, and I came in at the right time, and I launched my services in the market, and I could not keep up with the number of inquiries I was getting. So so my husband told me, listen, you can't do this like a freelancer. You're an expat. You need to start a company.
All right.
And I was like, my God, I don't know how to run a company. Like, you know, I don't have any background in business per se. Nobody in my family is a business person.
Okay.
Absolutely none at all. We're all service people. So he said, no, just take it in your stride and go with the flow.
Wow.
So we launched the Butterfly Effect in 2014.
Why butterfly? The name. I always wanted to ask you.
So I'm a complete nerd when it comes to doing research and things like that. I enjoy the whole aspect of it. Plus I'm an engineer, so I enjoy the physics aspect of things in nature and such. So the butterfly effect is a part of the chaos theory in physics, where what it says is that when a butterfly flutters its wings in a place in Texas, Arizona, Texas somewhere, the ripple effect is such that it will create a tornado in Japan.
Amazing. True.
Right? So, or a typhoon in Japan, right? So, what we're trying to say is that when you make small, consistent marketing efforts at one point in time, it's going to pay you rich dividends and huge dividends in the future. So that is how I thought I will try and imbibe that theory to real life and to businesses and help them grow through marketing.
Wow.
And so that is the butterfly effect. Yeah.
So how come into wellness? Then you tried in wellness as well.
Yes. So before that, let's not skip very important aspect of my growth, which is the salon.
Yes. We all ladies love salon.
Absolutely. And I'm not typically somebody who invests too much in beauty and things like that, because I don't have that kind of a mindset. But I invested in a salon because I thought that in Bahrain particularly it seemed like a good investment to do. And I bought the salon in 2017.
Okay.
By that time I was already into marketing for about 3 or 4 years, and we were doing really well. So I thought that how can I do more? And this seemed like a great investment. It came my way. So beauty is something that I have absolutely no background in, and I didn't know how to run the salon at all.
Okay.
So I relied a lot on people who came in as experts.
All right.
Right? And I learned from them how to run a beauty business. So it made me understand that coming from a business which was marketing, where we worked on a retainer-based system, I had to wait for payments to come in. Okay? You understand, when you shift yourself from an employee status to an entrepreneur status, you have to let go of the idea of a salary coming to you at the end of every month.
Yes.
It doesn't
You have
work.
to take risk as well. Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was sometimes really difficult when people weren't paying and the payments are getting delayed. So the cash flow was getting affected a lot. So the salon investment seemed like a great idea because people pay as soon as they finish the service.
True.
So from a cash flow perspective, it made a lot of sense to invest in a business like that. So logically, so if you ask me why salon, I wouldn't say that because I'm so interested in beauty and I enjoy taking those treatments myself or none of that. It's purely a very logical decision of trying to bring cash flow make sure that we have cash running in the business. So that is why the next step from therein was the wellness. Okay, so when COVID hit, I had to close down the salon, right? I mean, digital marketing business wasn't affected as much as the salon was.
Correct. People were really scared to go, actually, yes.
And the salon closed down for nearly 1.5 2 years.
Yeah.
On and off it opened, but we weren't making much revenue. So then it made me realize that even if this is not in my hands, people were still scared to come, and overall the economy took a nosedive. Right? People lost jobs, and the incomes were reduced, and so on and so forth.
It was a tough time for everyone.
Exactly, and people were very careful about how they were spending their money.
Correct.
And salon and beauty becomes
the least
important.
Least important,
right?
Yes.
Groceries, medicine, all those things take a forefront, and this is a discretionary spend. If you have the money, you spend. If you don't have, you won't spend.
True.
So the business started getting affected because of that. And then I was like, okay, now what do we do? So what I understood was that wellness and medicine is something that people will never cut corners for.
True.
Right? I mean,
health is always the priority.
Exactly.
That is true.
So I had the option of either looking at education or health, because these two are very compulsory aspects of our lives, right? So it made more sense to go to wellness, because I had the experience of running a beauty cum wellness salon. So this was like, okay, let me try and bring something in wellness which doesn't exist in Bahrain per se.
Yes, it's a first of a kind.
Yes, first of a kind, and that is why I built a brand called Sri Saukya.
Sri Saukya. So Sri Saukya is a brand already, or you made the name as?
No, it's not a franchise. It does not have any other affiliations with any brands anywhere else. It's completely from scratch, built with a lot of sweat, tears, and all of that. And
how many years been into this research?
So I think the idea came into being in 2021 when the salon was really giving me nightmares and cold sweats. So yes. So it was like this: what will happen if I have to close down the salon? What do I do then? I'll still have the same cash flow problems with the marketing company, and it just felt like I had to do something, right? And I had a lot of free time. Right?
Yes.
Because we were home.
We all had good time actually to spend at home.
Exactly. And we were all looking to do a lot of alternate medicine stuff which would boost our immunity.
Yes.
Have more amla, have this turmeric, this, that, So people were just going berserk with a lot of immunity boosting.
The concoction every day we are taking.
So it made sense to me that I need to do something in this area which kind of helps people boost their immunity, or even for that matter, think of preventative medicine as an alternate instead of going to the hospital when you get sick.
And you get antibiotics.
Yes, and it's a vicious cycle.
It's always a circle like that.
Exactly. So it made more sense to get into the alternate medicine sphere at that point in time. Thankfully, we secured investments and everything, and we managed to convince investors who understood that there is a lot of value in doing something like this. So the whole idea of Sri Saukya is about giving affordable wellness and medical treatments that is affordable to everybody. Anybody can come and they will find that the treatment is extremely affordable.
Correct.
So, and then a lot of insurances now cover us, so that's even better.
Even mine as well.
Yes.
That's really nice.
So that's the story basically.
Okay. So what would you like to say to the ladies who want to try a startup? So what are the advice you can give to them?
I have 3-4 things to tell people anybody, it's not just women, but anybody who wants to start a business, is to cater to a certain gap in the market. Don't do something just because you think it's easy to do, right? Try and do something that right now the market doesn't have, right? It can be an existing idea, but how can you do it better?
All right.
Right? So either you look at making sure that the process that you do something with is very unique and different, or you bring a new service and product that does not exist. don't start a business for the sake of starting a business, because the entrepreneur life is not the easiest. It comes with its own share of trials and tribulations, which is probably not everybody's cup of tea.
True,
right?
true.
So that is what I would say. So find the gap and address that gap with that product and service, and give the best that you can in terms of value, because today's consumer is extremely price conscious and value conscious, and that is what you need to aim to please, basically.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's true.
that would be my advice to anybody who wants to be an
Any
entrepreneur.
future plans apart from these?
Not in terms of starting something entirely new, but within these 3 lines I would like to expand. Like, I want to take my marketing agency to Saudi, because
wow.
I know that everything is happening in Riyadh at the
That
moment.
is true.
And I'm trying my best to see if I can do that. And Sri Sauke as well, we are trying to see if we can get somebody to take that franchise somewhere in Europe or even in the GCC. So we are looking to do all of those things. So expansion, basically, that is the future.
That is true.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to share with us?
What I can tell is that, again, this is not something that I want to say just because I want to discourage someone who wants to be an entrepreneur. I just want to tell that if you want to be an entrepreneur, be up for a lot of blood, sweat and tears.
True.
Because it is something that will take everything out of you, right? I find it extremely irritating and annoying when entrepreneurs only talk about their success stories, right? They don't talk about the failures and the difficulties that they had to face. Very rarely somebody would be that honest and authentic about their journey. But if you're talking about 100% life of an entrepreneur, pretty much 98% of it is riddled with extreme hardship and failures. So it's the 2% that they like the world to see.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is my only advice. Be up for anything and everything. Like, life will throw you curveballs.
True. We have to catch, or we don't know.
Yeah. And you're gonna miss some, and some are gonna hit you, and
Yes,
most of them are going to
badly.
hit you.
The bad one.
But it's about getting up every single time you're
Correct.
by that curveball, and then what you do with that lesson is what. So I wouldn't say failures per se, but what you do with after you get up, after being hit by that curveball, and take that lesson with you to the next milestone.
So true.
Is what would help you grow as an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Correct. Thank you so much.
No problem. I was very happy to be here.
Thank you. And one more thing, how do you manage your personal life when you are working?
So let me be extremely honest. It's not possible to have work-life balance. Okay. I don't think it's only in the case of women. I think anybody who's
Everyone,
an entrepreneur
actually.
will have this issue of not being able to balance work and life. You will have some instances where you have to prioritize your work, and some instances where you have to prioritize your family.
Correct.
And I'm blessed with a husband who's always been my cheerleader.
How nice.
And he always is very happy to stay in the background.
That's a blessing.
He likes to stay in the background, and he's somebody who's always like a guiding. He's like my lighthouse, basically, and he's the one who tells me that, you know what, you're going in the wrong direction. You really need to do course correction. He tells me all of that, and so I'm very happy. I mean, I'm very blessed to have somebody like him in my life. And my daughter, I think she's grown up around this whole business talk that we keep having. So her mindset is also like that. So she is not somebody who would complain that you don't spend time with me, but she makes the most of the time that she gets with us, and that would be the way we do our work-life balance, I suppose.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is how you are balancing everything. That is commendable.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. But there's a non-negotiable, like that is the me time.
I think Fridays are usually especially for you, right?
I try and not to do anything on Fridays.
I remember when I asked you some other day about Friday, you said no, Friday is family day, and I feel good actually. Yes, it is required.
I say no to most things on Friday.
Correct. No, I appreciate it. We need that.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely need that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anita, we have 50 seconds questions for you.
Okay.
All right. So can we start now?
Yeah.
All right. So 50 seconds with Anita Menon. Let's start.
Sure.
All right. Coffee or tea, and why?
Coffee, definitely.
And why?
Black coffee, particularly.
Okay.
Metabolism.
Correct.
That's it, yeah.
If your business had a theme song, what would it be? It's so fun.
Lagan ka song, what is that? Bar bar haan.
Oh, yeah, I love that song. Okay, what's the most ridiculous business idea you ever had?
To start a carpentry shop. Which is,
Why?
and it bombed, obviously, because I know nothing about carpentry. And it was crazy to manage that business.
Okay.
And we closed it down.
Okay, you had a business of that.
Yes, we ran it for a year or so, and then I was like, you know what? Not doing this. This is not me. I can't do this. So I closed it down.
I know you're a very good singer. So what's your go-to karaoke song when you need to unwind?
It would be the song from Tamasha. The one with Alka Yagnik. What was that?
Sure.
I have this brain fog when it comes to
Yeah, it happens with me as well. All right. What's your guilty pleasure snack while working?
I've stopped snacking for one.
Yes, she is working hard for us on that.
Snacking is my biggest vice, and I've tried to control that food noise in my head and stop snacking. I don't snack.
That's very nice. If you could invent a holiday, what would it celebrate?
It would celebrate sleep.
We all want to sleep.
Yes, more sleep.
Okay. If you have to describe your business in maybe 3 emojis, what would it be?
3 emojis. It would be extreme laughter with that laughter emoji with tears coming out.
Tears coming out.
And then there would be this crazy straight line like what the heck is happening. And then there would be that crazy waterworks flowing because like everything is so chaotic, like I don't want to be here.
Okay, last one. If you could swap lives with any fictional character for a day, what would it be?
Is it a book character? A movie
Anything,
character?
anything.
For a day, it's such an interesting thing. I would like to be I'd like to be Hercule Poirot.
And why is it so?
Because he's the world's greatest detective. It's Agatha Christie's fictional character, Hercule Poirot, and he's my favorite character. He's very eccentric.
My daughter loves reading, so she will read this.
Yeah, you have to read Agatha Christie. I mean, she's just amazing, and I have pretty much the whole collection on me. And Hercule Poirot is a Belgian detective with huge mustache like this. You know, they curl up like that. Yeah. And he has an egg head, but he's extremely smart. And I want to be that smart. At least I can aim.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much. That was really nice, and really, really appreciate your time, Anita. Really means a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best for your podcast.
Yeah,
and I'm very happy
it's the first one, so I wanted it to be with you. So thank you so much. Really
thank you for
means a
having
lot.
me. It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.